They call it the home of the outlaws, which is rather ironic since anyone from the mainstream of Speedway is here for the National Sprint Car Champs. This high bank circuit at Merri, just south of Auckland, is an excellent natural amphitheatre, and it's very good particularly for the big 600 horsepower sprint cars because it's 1/3 mile rather than the quarter mile which has been traditional in Australasian Speedway. Let's meet some of the leading competitors for the National Sprint Car Champs. Who's your major opposition here?
Oh, they're all tough now, Tony. There's Barry, there's all the cars from New Plymouth, Owen Shaw, Goody. They're all fast.
Is it easier or harder to drive than a quarter mile?
It's easier to drive. This is a very wide circuit, gives you plenty of room, and it stops guys blocking you. You can adopt another line, hopefully, providing the track doesn't go away too much.
The competition's so great now that you've got to have your car set up very, very exact and very close to being 100% right, otherwise you're going to go slow compared to the next guy. It's easier to go fast, but it's harder to beat the guy that's going faster than you.
As the day warms up and the track will slick off, we'll then change bars, slightly different setup, stagger, and that's what will come down today, because every guy here there's a split second between all of us, and that's what it comes down to, setup.
And, because of the banking and the shape of the racetrack, you can use up all the horsepower, you know.
Oh, that'd suit you just fine, wouldn't it?
Well, it suits most sprint cars, yeah.
Well, a hard case, that Barry Butterworth, always in the front running, and the lineup is Tony Allen, Barry Butterworth, Max Butterworth, Ray Jones, Shane Turner, Kerry Jones, Keith Simpson. That's the way the front looks. They've got to start their way in the first of the CTRA Sprint Car Nationals. Already Tony Allen out in front. Barry Butterworth coming through behind him there. The Dayglow paint on the front. Ray Jones in third place. But it's Tony Allen leading them round, pulling quite a substantial margin now. Barry Butterworth coming out, trying to catch up with him. He's gained some ground on this lap. Allen, Butterworth, Max Butterworth, Ray Jones coming through now. Shane Turner. The leader still Tony Allen. The Allen brothers racing here. Tony and Mike. Cars number 5 and 6. This one 5, Tony Allen. A likeable Englishman. Barry Butterworth not far behind him. Just coming into your picture there. Being pressured too by Ray Jones. This 3rd mile circuit, they're reaching over 100 miles an hour, 160 kilometres an hour. Tony Allen well in control. Awful slippery for the first race. It'll dry out as the day goes on, and it'll get more grippy. Whoa! Barry Butterworth off, right over the top. Now, Noel Goodwin has done that a couple of times on this circuit. Straight over the edge of the bank and down into pit lane. See if we can get a look at that again. Barry Butterworth clean off the top of the bank and crunching down. Car didn't turn over, managed to land on the wheels. And he seems to be okay. Barry Butterworth just about to take his helmet off. He's all right, a bit shaken. So Tony Allen clearly in the lead now. Ray Jones up for second. Max Butterworth third. Kerry Jones, then Alan Wakeling, Keith Simpson and Shane Turner. They'll get a restart in just a moment. Barry Butterworth's car looking decidedly second-hand. That's the way they'll restart. Allen, Jones, Butterworth. That's Max Butterworth, Jones, Wakeling, Simpson, Turner. 2 Butterworths and 2 Joneses in the field. The restart straight away. That's Ray Jones round in front. So Jones from Tony Allen from Kerry Jones. Points allocated at 20, 19, 18, 17 and so on down. You can drop your worst performance from 4 races. The national title for sprint cars. So Ray Jones still leading Tony Allen and pulling out further now. He'd come up through the field anyway. Having got the lead, he's running away with it. Ray Jones, Tony Allen, Kerry Jones. On the last lap, Max Butterworth back to 4th place, then Alan Wakeling behind him and Keith Simpson back in 6th. This man Ray Jones at 69. Huge crowd here, being treated to an excellent finish as Ray Jones, Tony Allen, Kerry Jones, Max Butterworth, Alan Wakeling, Keith Simpson is the order. While Bill Roberts down there waving the flags, that's the way they finished in race 1. Dropping your worst performance from 4 races. Plenty of crowd here at the Super Bowl at Merrimeri. Ready for a start now in race 2.